What is up, everybody? This is Horror Games I Could Easily Survive number 3. I think I did 1 and didn't do did number 2, or I did 2 and I think did 1, so I don't know. So we're gonna watch this one and see if I can survive.
You know, I've said this before. When it comes to scary entertainment, horror games got it.
But
what if we took it a step further? What if instead of playing these games and controlling the characters, we went for that full immersive experience and we're in the games? Would we survive? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we gonna be going over some horror games I could easily survive. And I don't got no time to spare. Y'all know what we do.
Village.
Strategy, game plan, thought process.
Requiem as well.
And of course, some of the ones that I can't.
Yep. Fears to Fathom. I played the first one. I tried to play the second one, but my PC is garbage, so I couldn't do it. But I played the first one. Is the first one Carson's house? Or no? Which one is the first one? I don't remember. But Carson's house is the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, right? You have Iron Bark Lookout, the one that you see all the KKK in the woods. You have, oh, he has a PSP. I didn't even. The other one, what was the other one? The last one, where you got to the Airbnb type of situation. I think I actually ended up playing that one. Yeah, my computer was like buggy and shit. I actually even uploaded. You know, oh, there was one. I don't know if that was the first one or the second one that we were in that motel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one 5, right? This one I'm in the Airbnb. So Airbnb, Iron Bark Lookout, the ex-girlfriend, the motel. I'm missing one. I don't remember which one. You guys let me know. And if you want me to play all the Fears to Fathom, all of them, all the games, I'll buy all of them. We need 1,000 subs on YouTube right now. Okay.
A lot of y'all may know that I've gone over this series before, but in case you don't know it, Fears to Fathom is like any other horror game series, except these games are based on true stories. And not like The Conjuring based on a true story where they exaggerate.
Hey, I love The
everything.
Conjuring.
Like a pencil will fall and they'll be like, "It was a demon!" Nah, I'm talking real stories with real events.
One take about that, The Conjuring, they don't fucking do that at all. They literally have one. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, where Ed and Lorraine go to someone's house, and that the people there think they have like a ghost or something there, and they go to the attic and they stamp on something and they say, "Oh, it's the pipes with the wind or something like that that carries," and it's not. "Oh, so our house is not haunted?" And they specifically say they usually they're not. Most of the places are not haunted. They don't exaggerate like that. You know?
And submitted by real people. And that makes these games automatically way scarier than other games. Last time I went over one of these, I did Carson House, which is about, spoiler alert, about your pet ex breaking into your crib and trying to kill you. I know, relatable. So this time I decided I'll go over the latest installment of the series.
But I don't have an ex-girlfriend. You know how fucked up that is? You know how fucked up I think? Like, I don't want to go through this. Like, I don't have an ex-girlfriend. I never had one. I'm 32, bitch. I can't even, like, my girlfriend, my next girlfriend, my future girlfriend cannot even be like, "Oh, you're hanging out with your ex." I don't have an ex. Maybe that's good. I don't know.
Fears to Fathom.
They might think I have something wrong with me.
Woodbury Getaway. In this one, we play as this girl who's planning a cabin trip with her buddies. And since it takes place in 2007 and Airbnb didn't exist yet, they rent this cheap spot through a website like back in the good old days. But on the way up there, stuff gets a little weird.
Oh,
First off, one of the two friends that was coming on the trip with you starts running late. So you're stuck alone with your other friend, which you may be like, "Oh, how was that bad?" The other friend is a dude, which wouldn't be a problem if he wasn't a dude who clearly likes you. Yeah, and he's not so discreet about it either. He's one of those, "Where my hug at" dudes. Type of dude to smell the top of your head when he hugs you and stuff.
Ew.
So, you know, that's already
I did not like him at all.
bad. Then the area the cabin is in, the locals are just weird. And I'm not even saying that because they're all chopped. Like, you know, they're nice, but weirdly nice. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That ever happened to y'all? You go to another state or city and everyone there just seems off. That junk is scary. I remember one time I was in Pennsylvania visiting a friend and we stopped at the mall and it was the weirdest thing. I'm in the mall, right? And these dudes walking past me are like smiling at me and greeting me and stuff like, ugh. I thought I was in the mall, not Chick-fil-A, bro. Keep it pushing. And just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder for our main character, when they arrive at the
Here's the thing. A lot of, like, if you're going to, like, small town, they know everybody. So when you show up, they're like, that person is new here. They do that for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It is weird, but
cabin, they find the owner of the crib just chilling there. Yeah, like imagine your Airbnb host is just kicked up at the spot you rented talking about some, oh my bad, I was just fixing the sink. Like, are we serious? This one 99 a night gets us? Or at least that's who they thought was the owner of the crib. Cause after our friend leaves to go get our other friend who was running late, we're left alone with this host. And after we receive a message from the host while he's right in front of us, we realize this guy is not the host. Yup, Woodbury Getaway is about a stranger infiltrating your cabin without you even realizing it. Which is kind of like the last one we did, but he was already in there, so it's different. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with this time.
this motherfucker, look, I know I can easily survive this one for a lot of reasons. First of all, he's tiny as fuck. Look, this is a girl. Let's say she's 5'5", and this guy is shorter than her. And I'm saying 5'5", like, I don't know how much 5'5" is. So I'm going to go with my European people here, or everyone in the world. Let's say she's 160. Let's say. This guy is like 155. He's short. Motherfucker's short. And he's old. And he's clearly homeless because he's in a fucking place like that. Just hit him, like, slap him in the face. Or call your friend. He's so in love with you, so he's going to come over and run and save you.
I'm going to be honest. This is just too easy. You telling me my opposition in this one is an old man who, let's be honest, is homeless. He's illegally staying in someone else's crib. He's homeless. And what? Has a hammer for a weapon? Oh, please. At least the one from the last game was a meth head, so she had, like, you know, some extra durability. But this dude is a regular. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save myself the time and the energy and do what the girl should have done when she found out this guy was a phony. If I was in this, the second I get a text message from the actual host while this phony host is right in front of me, I'm gonna simply be like, excuse me, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm texting my weirdo friend to come back immediately. He gonna come rushing back because, you know, he like me or whatever. And at the same time, I'll tell the actual host to call the cops just like in the game. And after that, it'll be happily ever after. I'll be Gucci Kabuchi. Energy saved, time saved, and I didn't even break a nail.
He's talking about Village. Unless you're just like Ethan, and if you play the game, then you know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't want to spoil. If you're not like Ethan, you're dead. Or you turn yourself into one of the minions. Doesn't matter from which ones. You cannot become a minion from her, I believe, because she has the daughters. So it's only her and the daughters. I don't mind calling her mommy though, but that's not what I mean. But like, unless you're like Ethan, you're not surviving.
I know I had to bring it back. Once again, we got Resident Evil, but this time, Resident Evil 8. If you don't know this one takes place a few years after Resident Evil 7, where after saving our girl, we finally settled down and had a baby. Oh my goodness, can I get an applause? Can I get an applause? But although things started off good, we know something gotta go down. And this one might have one of the craziest intros to a game I've ever seen. Because within the first 2 seconds of this one, my wife, the mother of my child, the woman I hold so dear and cherish so much, gets gunned down immediately. And me and my baby both get kidnapped. Yup, and just like the last game, I'm tasked with rescuing my baby. But instead of it being from a Louisiana home, it is a whole castle. Yeah, just keep the baby, bro. At this point, I'ma just do a full reset. Do you know what I went through in Resident Evil 7 to get my girl back? Just to see her get mowed down right in front of me? Yeah, just keep it, bro. I I already dealt with them hillbillies. You think I'm gonna go and rescue someone from a castle now? What you think I look like, Mario? I don't even know that baby that well for me to go face off against a freaking fish monster, a doll maker. Yeah, I know how I feel about dolls. A lady who's practically a vampire, which
I wouldn't mind.
I don't mind this one that much. And no joke, a dude who can manipulate metal.
Magneto.
Yeah. They got me facing off against freaking Magneto.
Yeah.
And that ain't even including the little minions running around
fucking hate
and the
these
final
motherfuckers.
boss. Keep the baby, bro. I'm surviving this one. I'll move to
That was Mother Miranda. She was easy.
Jamaica and just start over.
Okay. What I would do, I would try. I would die trying. I don't care. It's my baby. It's my child. You think I'm not going to be like going and, you know, if I'm not like Ethan, bro, I'm dead as soon as I see one of them. Straight up. I see one of them and I'm dead. But if I'm like Ethan, better believe it, I'm not going to stop. Now, Dead by Daylight. Every killer, plus some of their own creation are here. And you have to fix 5 generators. To open a door that you still have to open, it's not going to work out.
Now, this game is probably the most different one.
Depends on the killer, though.
Yeah, it's a survival game like the rest where you're being chased by a killer. But the thing about this game is these dudes got everybody and their mama on the roster. Yeah, I'm talking Chucky, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Leatherface, Pinhead, Pyramid Head, Jigsaw, the Ring Girl, Freddy Krueger, a Xenomorph, and a Demogorgon. Like, are we serious? A Demogorgon? Y'all already had a Xenomorph. And to make things worse, this is already on top of their very own roster of killers. This is ridiculous. Like, how am I supposed to hang? I know my strategies be elite, but if these dudes jump me, I won't even have time to think. But luckily for me, the game isn't played like that. In the game, yeah, there's hella killers, but you face them one at a time. So with this knowledge, now do I stand a chance? No. Because even if you do manage to outrun these dudes, the only way to leave the airs in this game is to fix 5 generators, which is like, look at me. I look like I could do a lot of things. Swing a baseball bat, maybe run a deli, but fix a generator? Come on, y'all, let's be real. Yeah, this is looking like a loss. And I know once the other 3 people I'm with get murked, there's a little hatch that opens up that you could escape through, but that's only if you find it. And I never did.
Same.
Even in my most consistent era of playing this game, which was, I don't know, 2018, I would never find a hatch. So I'm not banking on that, I'm sorry. This was a loss, y'all. Don't get it twisted though. I ain't saying I'm losing to all the killers. Not when there's people like Chucky and Ghostface running around. You know they're getting whooped. But a majority of them, yeah, I won't lie, they got it.
Ghostface, like, ooh. Ghostface, I know it's just a human, but like, it's a crazy human. It's not really that easy. Chucky, I mean, he is a serial killer, but it's still like a doll, and it's like, yay big. I think you can just, you know, gonna come at you. You kick him. He's going against the wall. You take his knife. You cut off his head. Grab the head. Open a hole on the ground. Put the head there. Just cover it. Grab the body. Just like on top. Like you can use one of the things and just put the body there. Not gonna reach. Now, Until Dawn. Can I survive it? Yes. I can. Multiple reasons. I would not be there. First of all, I would not be a part of what happened in the beginning. I don't do pranks. I was very bullied, so I would never bully anyone. I would never come back either. I would never go back to a place like this after what happened. I know. And I think that's it. And if I ever go back, I'm not leaving the cabin. Yo, you know where you know the cabin, right? Go do your thing, turn the lights on. There's a big ass cabin. Everyone can just chill here. Go.
I'm not gonna lie, this may sound crazy, but this might be my favorite horror game ever. So be prepared for the yap. Until Dawn is a decision-based horror game where we follow this group of teens or young adults who are staying at a ski lodge. Pretty dope trip, I gotta do it one day. But after playing a bit of a bad prank on one of their friends, it kinda sorta maybe leads to her and her sister's death. Yep, bodies never found. But it's not over, because after these tragic losses, they get the bright idea to come back again the next year. Yeah, two of their closest friends die because of them, and instead of calling it quits, they're like, so we bringing Uno next time, or? But this time when they returned to the lodge, stuff was different. Because this time, there was not one, not two, but 3 potential killers after them. Who are they and why are they doing it? I'll get to that in a second. And with no power in the crib or service on their phones, they have to try and survive until dawn. So yeah, this won't be easy, but I always find a way. Before I even get to my strategies though, and yes, strategies, because I have multiple, I gotta make a few things clear when it comes to what we're facing in this game. Because when I said we're going up against 3 potential killers, I kinda lied, Because in the game, 2 of the killers ain't even like really killers. They're more like misunderstood. One is Josh, who's the brother of the sister that died because of the prank. And to me, if he actually did want to murk the whole cast, except Sam and Chris, I'd understand. You think you're just gonna indirectly kill my sisters and it's gonna be peaches and roses? Nah. Still, I wouldn't want him to, but I'd understand. Instead though, he takes on his Fugazi Jigsaw personality to prank them back. And the other is the flamethrower guy, who is
I know this guy too. I don't know his name, but
not very well kept, but he's not a bad guy. As a matter of fact, he's actually trying to take out the real problem in this game.
This dude, I mean.
Wendigo. A skinny, ugly, bald monstrosity. Hella strong, hella durable, hella fast, can imitate people's voices, and its only weakness is fire. This thing is a problem. And while you may be thinking, well, on the bright side, you only gotta worry about the one Wendigo, right?
Jess, I have no idea.
There are 14 of these things. Not just all roaming around. I don't want to make it seem that crazy. But if I made the wrong choices and ran into the wrong building, I could run into them. So yeah, this just went from difficult to extremely difficult. But I think I'll be good. I mean, not to brag, but I'ma brag. I got the good ending on my first run of the game. Yeah. I did abandon Emily in those mines though.
Yeah, fuck Emily. I did too. I didn't record at the time. I didn't make anything, but then I decided to record and make it again, and I kill everybody. Like everybody. I think Emily survived. Wait.
Point is though, I got this. Alright, so we already know that in the game, I'm gonna have to deal with at least one of these lanky dudes. But TBH, I'm not even thinking about that. Cause part of my first strategy is realizing all this stuff only started happening after that dang prank. If you ain't know, all this stuff only happened because the main cast of the game pretty much pranked their friend Hannah by convincing her that the guy she wanted, Mike, was down to get down, if you get what I'm saying. But when she got in the room and found out it was a setup, she ran out the lodge, leading to her sister running after her and both of them, dying. And this junk pisses me off to this day, cause bro, talk about over dramatic. I understand they pranked you, you were humiliated, you were embarrassed, but running out into the snowy woods.
And then she just lock herself in the bathroom instead and cry or some shit like that instead of doing this. And she has, it's not her fault that she likes Mike. Doesn't Mike have like a girlfriend? Isn't she like friends with the girlfriend at the time, Emily? So why are you trying to, instead of being a good friend, you just want to get get Mike's duh. Just saying.
With no coat during a blizzard? What you think? You in a movie?
Oh, here he goes blaming the victim.
Is Hannah really that innocent though? Really? I'm not saying what happened to her was deserved. I'm not saying that.
Obviously not.
But that guy she liked wasn't like some rando or something. It was one of her best friend's boyfriend. And I can only speak for guys. I don't know if ladies got something like this. Y'all can let me know if y'all do. But guys have a rule for these situations.
Yeah, we do.
And it goes something like this. You don't do that. So honestly, a prank is calm compared to what I've seen other people get for doing the same thing. But I will say, where they dragged it was the whole recording thing. I was like, mother, is that a selfie stick? The point is, all this happens because these dudes wanted to prank her and record her. Whether Hannah was being over dramatic or was innocent or whatever, doesn't matter in this situation. Because if I was in the game, this wouldn't happen at all. And that's my first strategy. If I was in the game, I would have caught off the prank. Put the selfie stick down, Matt. All of this could have been prevented if they just had a simple conversation. And the funny part is, the girl who orchestrated this prank wasn't even the girl that was dating Mike. It wasn't Emily, it was Jessica, the girl who ends up taking Mike from Emily later. So what was the point in all this? That's like me snitching on you because you attempted to go rob a bank and then I go rob that bank. Yeah,
Mike wants to go through all of them.
strategy one, I'm calling off the prank. Even if I didn't know this other stuff, bullying is just not in my nature. Unless I'm on the game, I'm a pretty nice guy. But let's say all this stuff still does happen, and I come back to the cabin the next year with the whole crew. How am I gonna deal with Josh playing Fugazi Jigsaw in a Wendigo? Well, that's also pretty simple. Here comes my second strategy. We know that Josh only got a chance to play Psycho Killer so well because he was left alone with only 2 people. But if I'm there, not a single person is leaving that crib on my watch. It's true. I don't care how bad Jesse and Mike want to get one in or how bad Emily wants to get her bag. No one is leaving the lodge until we get them lights on.
Let me set a different thing. How about Emily go gets the bag? Nobody gives a fuck. Jess and Mike can go upstairs. There's probably another bedroom they can use. And the rest of us, Matt, Chris, Ashley. Is it Ashley? I think it's Ashley, right? Sam. Josh, right? All those 5 can stay in the main room. Emily can go get the fuck away and get her back. Who cares? Mike and Jess can go to a bedroom upstairs and just do what they have to do. It's gonna take them like 15 minutes anyways.
Once we do, they can go die in the mines or on the mountain if they want to. But until then, ain't no one leaving. And with everyone forced into the crib, Joshua over here won't risk doing any of that stupid jigsaw stuff. Oh, but what about the Wendigo? You don't even gotta worry about that, because this plan kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Because after we get the lights on, the Wendigo won't even come near the crib. Why? Well, because from what we know, they only hunt at night. Meaning, the light during the day probably affects their vision. Meaning, a huge source of light like this house would be a turn off for the Wendigo. Meaning, we good! Wendigo gonna have to hold another L. She ain't eating me. It's just that easy, y'all. It really is.
Mouthwashing. A lot of people talked about mouthwashing, like a great game, and I did not watch it. I didn't play it. I know a little bit of the thing about the dude. One of the dudes is a piece of shit. He did something to a girl that's in the ship right now, and I think his art character is like doesn't even speak up about it. He knows, but he doesn't do shit.
A lot of y'all asked for this one. Mouthwashing is a horror game where we follow this crew aboard a spaceship who are stranded after some idiot on board caused their ship to crash. And with no one coming to save them and barely any supplies, they try and hold out with nothing but a little bit of hope and hella mouthwash. Boom, we got the whole setup. Now before I continue, let me just say, this game is one of the most disturbing pieces of media I've ever experienced. Like, I don't know why I only thought movies could get this disturbing, but this game got it. And just like Dead by Daylight, this game is different than the rest of them. And not because of some difficulty thing, although it is pretty difficult. The thing with mouthwashing is, throughout the whole game, we're always the bad guy. If we're not playing as Jimmy, who, if you don't know, I might as well be the devil. Like, he's a terrible guy. And an idiot. Actually, the same idiot who crashed the spaceship. We're playing as Curly, who obviously isn't as bad as Jimmy, but bro, this man is the GOAT of doing nothing. I just can't be either of the main characters in this game. I refuse to.
Jamie, he's the one who did something to Anya, that girl, and we are this guy who knows but does nothing. So if you're someone that knows about this or sees patterns on your friend regarding women and you don't say anything, you're just as guilty.
So for this scenario, let's just say I'm a part of the crew instead. What am I gonna do to get out this situation? I mean, what can I do? The ship is destroyed. We don't got much besides mouthwash. And if we step outside, it's space. So we're dead. What I will do though, even if I am gonna go out, I'm not gonna let this bum, stupid Jimmy waste any more of our precious oxygen on his ship. Forget all these time skips. Day 0 after the crash, me and Swansea paying Jimmy over here a visit and packing him up. After that, me and the rest of the crew could just slowly go out, cause hey, at least Jimmy's gone. Mouthwashing though, yeah, this is a loss.
Ooh. Parasocial, that chill as art. So this is like a. He's gonna explain. I don't know why I'm explaining, but let me talk. Let me say my piece about this because I haven't played, but I know about the game. I might play it. So this thing. I'm reacting. I'm doing a YouTube video right now while I'm streaming. Imagine I have someone on my stream. The things they have a relationship with me, even though I have no fucking idea who they are. It could happen.
Parasocial is another chilly as our horror game, just like the first time around. But instead of playing as a barista, this time we play as a female streamer. Yup, all my Discord members, your dream has finally been fulfilled. Derica FDB is finally real, kitty headphones and all. But being a female streamer ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Cause yeah, I already know some of y'all gonna be like, what you mean? You could just boot up a hot tub stream and run up some donos. Nah, it ain't that sweet. I mean, I could do that. But my point is, there's things that come with it. Whether you're playing into the meta or just being regular, as a female streamer, you gotta be careful. Cause them same dudes donating, spamming W's, your 3 sub for 4 years could be the same ones thinking you their girlfriend and following you home. And that's exactly what this one's about. Parasocial relationships. Meaning, we got another stalker on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. So that should be easy, right? Just pop my domain like I did last time and I win. Nah, cause in this game, it's a bit more elaborate than that. You see, the stalker in this game has multiple chances to get me. But for some reason, he don't. He sees me at the store, he sees me in the elevator, the dude even gets into my apartment and he don't do nothing. What is wrong with you? What, you just stalking me for the love of the game, for sport? Try and kill me already. This dude even pulls up on me in the coffee shop and starts watching my VODs right next to me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if one of y'all pulled this on me, just expect to get popped or the authorities called on you immediately. I'm not playing. But the point is, this dude is just not doing anything. Instead, what he'll do is he'll pull up to my stream and say all this weird stuff in my chat, like, what is going on? Y'all know I don't stalk people often, so I don't know too much. But this isn't regular stalker activity. He would have struck by now. So what is going on? Well, it turns out, while you do have a stalker, it's not actually a tier 15 sub from your streams. It turns out, it's your ex. And not just him, but someone he hired to stalk you. His uncle who's pretending to be a cop so you don't go to them. And
see what I mean? When it comes to like dating me, you're Gucci. You're Gucci Kabuchi, like he says, because I don't have an ex. So if I ever date someone, you don't have to deal with people or this type of shit because you know what? I don't have one to think about. Like I have an ex. Okay, yeah, I dated someone, okay. But like that was not like 2 years. It was like a month type of shit. And we didn't even do anything. She was so out of my fucking league. I wish I could just enjoy it that month more. But I was in school and she lived a little bit too far away, so I barely had time to go there. I wish I went. God damn, she was so fucking hot. But that's the only girl that I dated.
His mama, who's pretending to be the building manager to monitor you. How the frick did he get his mama in this? And he's doing all so he can look like a hero when he comes to save you from your stalker and get back with you. I know, insane. And while I am pretty smart, I know big words, homeostasis, I don't think I would figure this out. So then how would I deal with this? Well, after some thinking, it hit me. Bro, I'm a streamer, a female streamer. Sorry, I just like doing that effect. It has nothing to do with it. But I'm a streamer, a pretty successful one at that. 2K live viewers, that's pull.
That's
And
more
that
than
pull
pull.
is gonna be what wins me this one. Imagine this.
If you have 100 viewers, bro, for me that's pull. If I have 100 viewers and my sub goal here is like 500 or 600 right now because I have like 450 or some shit, or 460. Bro, I can do this as a full-time job.
Stalker, after successfully following me around for the day, tuned into my stream to torment me and send me some more cryptic messages or whatever. As soon as I see his messages pop up on the feed, all he gonna hear is, yo chat, find out where this guy lives. His heart gonna immediately drop to his ankles. And considering my viewers are Japanese, I have no doubt they'll find every drop of info about this man. And that ain't even racist. Japan got one of the highest average IQs, so back off. In fact, they'll find so much info that my ex will have no choice but to call off his little ruse. And then he'll leave me alone. No violence, no bloodshed, just a little intimidation of one of his employees, and he'll realize the power this VTuber holds. Only downside is I'll probably get banned if I'm streaming on somewhere like Twitch and lose my livelihood for a little. And before you say, oh, but you could just tell me you're being stalked and felt unsafe. You think Twitch cares about their streamers' safety?
They do not give a shit.
For parasocial, I'm surviving. That was pretty much all the horror games I wanted to go over this time, and y'all know what to do. Comment down below the ones you guys think I was wrong or right about. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but y'all, we are 120,000 subs away from that.
I think he's like, yeah, 1.7 million. Oh, I'm not